Take off your top.
Sometimes. Coming up on Verse, Chorus, Verse. Can an album
That was out of
be
context.
genuinely good, genuinely political, genuinely enormous, and genuinely weird? Spoilers, it can. That's next. Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I sure am. I am DL, and with me is Evil Shimmy Jimmy. Evil, how are you?
I'm so good. I'm better now.
You sound a little sexy all of a sudden.
I'm so sexy.
What's going on?
Too much
You get a
soda
little something?
bitters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got it.
too much bitter in them sodas.
Bitters in them sodas.
Also with me is Rachel. Eating is a pastime activity. Polio.
Sure
Hi,
is.
Rachel. How are you?
I'm great. Eating
Yeah?
sounds great. Yeah.
What
It's
sounds great? Eating?
Eating.
I like eating.
Yeah, I know. You're a fan.
Huge.
You're gonna have some barbecue after this?
I'm going to have some barbecue after this. I don't know what the barbecue is. I've just got some buns and I made some sambackels, which is basically like a Swedish shortbread sort of thing.
Oh.
I had some Swedish people in the family a while back.
Some Swedish.
You just like
Okay.
basically make shortbread and like smash it into tins and then like bake the tins. They're delicious. It's, butter, sugar, easy peasy.
Yeah. Is that like what's the Portuguese like malasadas kind of thing?
I don't have
Sure.
any Portuguese people.
You wouldn't.
We didn't travel. It's just very condensed.
Everybody, did you join us last week? Did
should
you
have.
hear us talk about The Real Thing by Faith No More? Well, I think that the natural follow-up to that is another DL's 10 out of 10's Toxicity by System of a Down. I'm starting with you, Rachel.
Yeah.
Who also, no, I won't start. Rachel, I know that you have experience with System of a Down now.
Yeah.
I know that you had it before the podcast for this reason and another.
Mhm.
How much experience did you have with this album specifically?
So much. I knew a lot of this album already and didn't realize it. I dated a
Awesome.
gentleman when this came out that was just fucking obsessed with System of a
Hey.
Down, not the Down. But
We'll get there.
I didn't realize how much I was forced to listen to this album. So I knew it pretty well, actually.
So does that give you is there a ex-boyfriend I want to hate this albumness here?
No, good guy. There are like three guys that I can think of that I've dated in my lifetime that I'm like, they're fine. They're good guys. It just didn't work out. And this is one of them. So I have nothing
Okay.
bad, no bad associations with this album and him. So we're good.
Okay. Interesting.
Interesting.
Evil, I'm going to ask you one question. I don't want you to go too far into it, but before studying for this, you gave Mesmerize a 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Before studying for this, did you think coming into this that you like it more or think it's a better album than Mesmerize? See, this way
I
you weren't
to plead
having...
the fifth to make this episode interesting.
I'm saying before you studied, so that
Yes.
everything could have changed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this was the System of a Down album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean is.
What is it though?
It is
It's it. Okay, thank you, somebody. Jesus. It's Toxicity by System of a Down. It's one of the biggest albums of our fucking lifetimes.
It's one of the biggest metal albums ever.
Which is insane. It's just insane that a metal album like this got as fucking enormous as it did. This
Yeah.
is the weirdest fucking album coming out at the weirdest fucking time. And
Yeah.
I think, yeah. And yes. And maybe that's why it worked. Because actually, no, I don't need to say maybe. Like we people were fucking sick of everything. And here comes this bad boy to say, hey, do you need a soundtrack to that? Because my God, we got you fucking covered. We're covering Toxicity by System of a Down. I'm very excited for this one. I'm sure that they are too. We got, this podcast just fucking loves System of a Down. That's what I've learned.
True.
Accurate.
They're just great. They're fucking unique. They're different. They don't care. They're not like you listen to Serj talk and he's this gentle, like just good fucking human being. And you listen to, how the fuck do you pronounce the guitarist's last name?
Kian?
Is it Malakian?
I think so.
We're going to say it's Malakian.
It's in
And
the
he's
ballpark.
like
Yeah,
genuine rock star douchery, but
Mhm.
in the
in
the
an
way you
endearing
want,
way.
yeah, in the way you want your rock stars to be.
Yeah.
Let's get to the most important part of the night because I just want to talk about this album. What are we drinking, Rachel? What do you got?
Okay. I have another
Can I
High
guess?
Noon, similar to last week's High Noon,
Okay.
a peach. They're just resealable,
Do you need
too.
help opening that?
No, there's actually directions on the can.
Look at that.
Even
Who would have
says,
known?
When I said last week,
If I was still doing proper editing, I'd have the Fight Club slide thing in right now.
I was complaining about opening it saying I don't want to break a nail, and it literally has a picture of a key because the lady that designed it was like, don't break your nail, grab a key and open this. So high noon, coffee, another iced tea to add on to top of things, some water. It's just a lot of
pee.
You're so hydrated.
Yes.
What are you? How's your bladder? Are you? Do you every 7 minutes peer? Do you pee like 78 times a day?
I went to a 50-minute Pilates class yesterday. I went to the bathroom 3 times while I was in the studio.
Jesus Christ! How do you fucking people get through the day?
I try not to drink a lot
is who I'm talking
unless I'm near a bathroom.
What do you mean, you people?
Wow. I actually, we drove home from Boise on Tuesday, Wednesday, someday this week. I don't remember.
How the fuck did you guys meet? What did you guys met up?
Yeah, we were just hanging out in Boise. There was
Did you
guys go to lunch or?
8 something in the morning. She just sends me a photo of like the gym that I go to, which is like
right around the corner. It was very
it's
creepy.
like a 2-minute walk. I'm like, what? Hold on. And so I just.
So she's stalking you.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've gotten to the point where she is stalking you.
No, I'm like.
He lives right by a Trader Joe's, so I was waiting for the Trader Joe's to open.
Yeah, they were waiting for Trader Joe's to open, so I'm like, well, I'm gonna come see you guys. And so I hoofed it over there, and
I may have like snapped a picture, and I was like, maybe he'll bring the dogs over, and I was really excited.
I considered it.
But then
You should have
afterwards,
said
I
to.
was like, because you were in the middle of working, you really did
Yeah,
just kind of
yeah.
like stop in, stop out, and the kids would have been like, no, we're walking now, and we're playing outside.
Right. Yeah,
That's not fair to them.
Well,
Anyways, did not go to the bathroom the entire ride home. So sometimes I can hold it, and sometimes
proud of you.
I go 3 times during Pilates. Who knows?
I'm boring tonight. I'm going. So just a little bit of inside baseball here. We do typically record 2 episodes at a time. Sorry, listeners,
What?
to break your whatever.
But your shirt's
But-
different.
Exactly. But I'm
not.
only allowed.
Do
I'm
more
only allowed
laundry.
to drink fun drinks every other episode because I'm still trying to lose them lbs and
You look great.
get
You're a loser.
turn that fat into muscle, basically.
Is
So
that
I've
what
got
Claude
a
told you?
I've got a seltzer. That's Claude told me to drink a seltzer.
Hey,
and that's what
fatty,
I'm doing.
you want more listeners?
Hey, fatty, you can have 2 old fashions if you want. It's a lot of sugar. Hope you enjoy not losing that pound this week. Evil, what are you drinking?
I've got another bitters and soda concoction. I threw some Amaro Nonito in this one. It's actually really good.
Which one's better?
They're just
I think
different.
if
Campari was your last one?
I think Aperol
love
is the
Campari.
right choice for
Okay.
this. It's So I think that if I'm going to dial that one in, I think that might be the best of the 3 so far. But I got some other stuff I'll try too.
I like it. Okay, guys, that's what we're
This is
drinking.
good. No, and I forgot to chill my soda water for this one, so it's warmer than it should be.
Remind these fuckers what the drink is, because we haven't talked about the Sazerac House stuff for a while.
Oh yeah. So
yeah.
for our end of year recordings last year, we went to New Orleans and had a really good time. Saw Queens of the Stone Age. But one of the things we did, since as you do in NOLA, we went to the Sazerac House, and they had
as you do.
a whole like tasting, educational, fun little, what do you call it, tour, I guess. And as part of it, they taught us how to make a bitters and soda, which sugar cubes, some dashes of Peychaud's bitters, mix it up, a little soda water on top, and it's like a refreshing version of a soft drink, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like a kind of like a cherry soda, I would
like
say.
an adult cherry soda.
Like a mocktail cherry soda sort of thing, which I am now addicted to. I drink, I wouldn't say every night, but probably 4 out of the 7 days of the week I have one of those in the evening, usually more than one.
Gotcha.
And it got to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm one trick pony here. Let's see if I can dress this up a little bit as an actual cocktail. What would go well with that? And I'm trying different aperitifs and stuff like that. So
I love that for you.
Campari's good. This one's Amaro Nonito. It's also good. I think Aperol might be the sweet spot. I'll try that in a future episode.
Love it. I love it. All right, everybody. Should we talk about toxicity? I feel like we should, right?
I like
Okay.
toxicity.
Fine.
Toxicity, masculinity. I'm all about that.
Yeah, you are.
It's like my brand.
We're going to take a break, and then we're going to talk all about it. System of a Down's Toxicity. I feel like maybe I should give the facts
Might as well.
tonight. Toxicity. System of a Down's second studio album, Armenian-American heavy metal, as you were, released on September 4th of 2001.
Yikes.
Foreshadowing there.
Oopsies.
Produced by the one, the only Rick Rubin. Debuted at
Richard.
number 1, which is just fucking insane.
Yep.
And let's see, sextuple platinum status, Chop Suey, Aerials, Armenian genocide. We got everything here. We got Angels That Deserve to Die. We've got
Tapeworms.
plenty of
Tapeworms.
controversy, plenty of...
Telling you what to do.
Exactly. So, System of a Down. Before we get into it, we got to do the friendship test. Evil, what is my favorite song and what is Rachel's?
Aerials, I'm having a hard time. I have 3 that I'm juggling. I'm just going to randomly roll a dice in my head and pick Prison Song for you of the 3.
Mm.
What did you just say?
Prison
Prison
Song.
song.
For
You.
her.
No.
For everyone.
Rachel, Aerials, you, Prison Song.
I thought you said prison song for all of you.
Yeah, Prison
Look.
Song across the board, all of
Wake
us. It is the epic of this episode.
Mhm.
No.
Those are good choices. Rach,
Yes.
what about you?
David, for you, I picked Needles.
Good pick.
I think so. And then Evil, I said Chop Suey. This was a hard one. There's a lot
Yeah.
of good stuff for different reasons.
Yes.
It's neither of those
So,
are bad picks.
Even
At all.
though I might be wrong, I'm probably right on a different day.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so Rachel, I picked Chop Suey. I just think that there's things in that song that it's hard for anybody to just not,
Mm-hmm.
your brain is going to just want to fucking like
Yeah.
that song. And Evil, on a regular year, I would probably pick Toxicity. But since I'm trying something different, I'm going to say that your favorite song on this album is Shimmy.
It rhymes with
that's-
Jimmy.
It does.
It does.
You are
That's a good guess.
Shimmy Jimmy. Shimmy Jimmy.
Jimmy Jimmy. I like it.
System of a Down gets together and they decide, you know what we're going to do with Rick fucking Rubin is we're going to record over 30 songs, cut it down to 14.
Mhm.
Aaron insists that it is no longer than 40 minutes so that it fits on one side of a tape
He's genius.
because he's genius. That level of functionality, I'll say, is fucking weird in a great way.
Yeah.
How refreshing is it to hear about an artist that records a shit ton of songs and cuts a shit ton of them?
That's so nice. What
Yes.
an idea. What?
Brevity.
Take fucking notes.
Take some fucking notes.
What's the line you always said last year, Evil?
Curate your shit.
Yes.
Curate your
your
shit.
shit.
Evil, any changes now between what you used to could think? Like, how often have you listened to Toxicity in the past 5 years, we'll say?
I mean, we did a System of a Down episode
We did.
where here's the thing with System of a Down. I get they like their music for some reason instills some sort of amnesia for me because when I listen to it, I'm like, oh my God, these guys are amazing. And then I like step away for a little bit and I forget. I understand that it's good, but I forget how fucking good it actually is until I'm re-immersed into it. So it's like, I should just like, I need to build playlists that incorporate System of a Down more to remind me how fucking amazing they are as a band.
Rach, did you read what Chop Suey's initial name was?
No.
Suicide. That's why when they start the
Sure.
recording, you can hear somebody, Serj, at the very beginning saying, we're rolling Suicide. Censorship baked in, ladies and gentlemen. They were basically told that they couldn't name it that.
Sure.
So that's fun. Album debuted at number 1 on September 4th, 2001. I don't know how many of you remember. Hopefully you didn't forget. A week later, 9/11 happens. Chop Suey, a song with lyrics referencing suicide and angels deserving to die, was immediately pulled from the radio. This is one of the most extraordinary coincidences in modern music history.
Yeah.
This is fucking like, and here's where I think System of a Down shined in this, is they didn't come out pissed off that their shit was pulled. They also didn't agree to it being pulled. They basically just said, hey, this is bullshit, but I get it. We're just going to let this thing ride. They didn't go big in the press. They just kind of let it happen. It's weird.
Are you done?
There's some itchy dogs. I don't really remember. Evil, were you into this right away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was all over MTV. It was a big album out of the gate. And I was I was not a super fan of them from their first album, but I was very familiar with them. Like tracks like Spiders and stuff like that. Sugar. They were in my sort of listening mix, and then this comes on and it's, crazy. Back to Chop Suey is the title. Do you know why they changed it from Suicide to Chop Suey?
I think I knew at some point. I do not know
because Suey is suicide chopped in half.
That's witty, kids.
Yep.
That's witty.
They're not wrong.
Which is like the most System of a Down way to do that.
It is. Great. What'd you think?
That was fine.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was like, I have maybe a similar amnesia problem to where it's like there are certain books, movies, albums that are just like the best thing, and you would talk about them a million times before you actually listened to them yourself. And this is one of those things where being, this is an assignment and having to sit down and listen to it, I'm just like, wow, System of a Down fucking rules. And I absolutely never put it on for fun. Ever, ever, ever. But
I mean, you don't typically listen to metal.
No. But also my day-to-day listening is very I don't want to say mindless garbage because I don't want to dumb down what I listen to.
Perfect.
But this takes thought for me. I really want to sit down and listen to. I can't put it on as background music.
No.
And so
Nobody can.
I think maybe that's why.
Speak for yourselves.
You can't.
Yes, I can.
Evil
you
can
do whatever
focus.
I want. I'm my own man.
No, you can't. Cello Studios in Hollywood, February 2001, which is crazy considering, when it came out and that sort of thing. Sessions were reportedly lots of fights, physical fights. These are Armenian-Americans. And if you listen to System of a Down's music, these boys are fucking rough. These boys grew up in some rough shit.
Yeah.
These kids in school, they didn't go on the playground and shove each other. They were like, I better bring my fucking brass knuckles today. These boys were, I don't know. Daron said that it definitely went overboard and doing things. Daron has come out afterwards. We talked about how he's a little bit of a douche, but he's come out a lot after this and basically said, Serj gets all this attention. I'm the one that writes this. I'm the one that makes these songs what they are. And he even said that in this album, he would kind of go overboard a bit, layering fucking 12 guitar tracks on one and on, a little bit of a wall of sound sort of thing. But he also he didn't want to just write metal. And I think that's where Serj and him wrote Brilliance they were listening to Radiohead and Pink Floyd and shit. I think they said they didn't listen to Pink Floyd, but they respected that Pink Floyd never once let a label or a producer, anybody, to give them any fucking feedback. Our music is our music. If you want to release it, that's it. Obviously, that didn't happen with them because they had Rick Rubin. So, Rick Rubin, am I right?
Good champion to have in your corner.
I know there are albums before this that you are an absolute lover of with Rick Rubin. What do you think is the first album? Do you think this is the album that made people pay specific attention to Rick Rubin and be like, okay, so he is the brilliant one?
That's a really good question. I know
that there's a couple other albums that I know that there are albums popping in your head right now.
Man, wow.
Because he was also working hip hop.
Yeah.
I think was he predominantly hip hop at this point? Or was that later?
Well, so he worked with Beastie Boys, obviously, Run DMC.
Mm-hmm. He did a ton of shit with Jay-Z.
Yeah, man. But also fucking Rain and Blood was Rick Rubin.
That was the album that I knew you were going to.
The Cult Electric is Rick Rubin.
Yep.
Danzig is Rick Rubin. So my answer is no. There was
already
stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Fine.
You can't do Beastie Boys, Slayer, and The Cult.
Yes.
All amazing projects. And yeah. No. No.
That's fair. It's fair, everybody.
Public Enemy.
Fair. Bring the Noise. Where am I? What else you guys got on this album? Sorry, I'm knowing that the band wrote 40 songs, kept 14. Does that change how you hear the sequencing? Like, does it bring you for me, it feels like the tracks are earned at that point.
Yeah.
Does it change your perspective on the album at all?
For me, it already felt like this, again, similar to last week. This is something that I learned at the end of my studying. And we're not Surfer Rosa yet, but this album was put together really, really well, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's really throwaway stuff on there, knowing that there was more. And I know a lot of it went on to steal this album. Some of the stuff that was written for around this time.
Which is a great fucking album, by the way.
Yeah.
Right.
Lay off the booze.
Evil.
Just pitch it over to Evil. You know, I respect that they actually release this, like the steal this album stuff exists.
Yes.
I hate it when artists are like, we recorded 40 songs and here are the 12 we picked for it, and then you hear nothing from of the other ones. It's
they were leaked and they were embarrassed that they weren't complete. Right.
Well, and even yes.
So I mean, I would redo stuff and release it. Be like, no, that's not what I meant.
Right.
That's not.
Well, they were working on it. They were working on it. That's why they ended up doing Steal This Album.
Right. The intention was to release the material. Many artists will record a bunch of songs for a project and then just you never hear about the stuff that doesn't make the album.
Sure.
I like that they actually.
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah. Also that.
Or sometimes, they come out with another album of their other stuff and it's like, oh my God, it's like better than the original one was.
That can happen.
Yeah,
I fucking love
this.
I love this album so goddamn much.
That is a great album. I need to get both of those on vinyl.
I have them.
Yeah,
I have that on vinyl.
Meh.
But do you have
I'm Mike Patton. I'm 19. What is it?
Life of a Showgirl.
Life of a Showgirl. Fresh out of that one. Should we go to awards and categories?
Let's do it.
Let's get in there.
I have
so much
a lot of awards and categories pages.
Some awards and categories.
Yeah, we'll take a break and then do the things. Hey, the David Crosby Met Award for Bad Reviews. In 2013, Sachi25 gave this a 1 out of 5. I can't stand the song about angels that deserve to die. You better finish your drink because you're going to spit it out. I now have a kitten named Angel and I hope she never dies.
Oh my God.
Dad joke. Dumb,
I actually approve that review because of the dad joke nature.
I don't know if it's God, that's good. That's so good.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
And then the DL's New Co-Host Award. For those of you that didn't listen last week, go back and listen to it. But I can't explain things good, so I ask AI to explain it for me. Here's what I typed in. Explain how changing time signatures and System of a Down's layered rhythms make songs sound heavier. Here is what our dear friend said. The song Toxicity is built predominantly, I'll get there, in triple meter. It shifts between 6/4, 12/8, and 4/4 time signatures across different sections. This is technically documented and genuinely unusual for metal songs in this era. The verse guitar riff operates in 6/4 using a 2/2 rhythmic grouping, while the heavy chorus section shifts to hemiola, where the guitar switches to 3/3 pattern while the drums hold on double time. These are two layers working against each other rhythmically, creating a push-pull tension that most listeners feel as an inexplicable heaviness without being able to identify why. It's the musical equivalent of two people walking at different tempos but still staying side to side. The discord is felt before it's understood. Thanks, AI.
Used to saying that.
I'm gonna ask a listener question of the episode, and here it is. And I'm foreshadowing a bit, but I'm not going to say which song I'm talking about. I want to hear your most overplayed until you're sick of them songs. I want to hear, I'll call it the Hotel California Award. Which song has been on the radio, all your friends are listening to it, to where you are just fucking done with it? That's my question.
Current song?
Not this, I'm talking any song ever in the world.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Because I have a current one.
What is it? What Taylor Swift song is it?
No. Tame Impala, the Dracula. I think it's Dracula is the name of it.
People are still listening to that, huh?
Yeah. It's all over the Instagram.
Yeah, that album sucked.
Yeah.
But that song, man, people love it. Over it.
You guys got nothing?
That's what I had.
Hotel California.
You want more?
Yeah, you did. Come on, Evil.
I mean, I hate the fucking Eagles, man.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Why would you hate that song?
Well, I'm not. It's not my fucking pick.
Stop.
I'm just trying to help.
Why would you even say that?
You're not helping at all. I did at one
Jump
point
by Van Halen. I mean,
fucking
Yes. Okay,
shut
there
your
you go.
dirty whore mouth right now. I had a girlfriend in college who listened to Silent Lucidity on repeat over and I love
you're
Queensryche
welcome.
and I love Silent Lucidity. But if that's the only song you listen to for hours on end,
Yeah, that'd be a lot.
Yeah.
So in the moment, I was very fed up with that song. Love it today, but because that was many, many, many years ago. So I'm familiar with the phenomenon, but nothing like
pops in your head, huh?
Nah, not like broadly.
Okay. All right. Please help me. Where are we at? Where are we at? 70 million Jackson fans can't be wrong. Rach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm unique in a way of this is a band and an album that I avoided like the fucking plague before you forced me to listen to Mesmerize.
Okay.
It was something that I'd heard so many times, but I never sat down with. And my opinion of them is polar opposite of what it was before. And
I love that.
I feel like I would assume that a lot of people go into System of the Down and they either like, this is fucking genius, or like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
And I have felt both of those emotions.
Fair.
And
I could
currently
see
at.
it being very easy to get 7 seconds in on System of a Down and be like, nope,
I'm good.
nope,
Yeah.
never. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of cold opened on that with the listener question. This is what are you on an island about? And spoilers for later on, but I think it is an incredibly interesting song. So it has to be because I've heard it 8 million times, but I don't think Toxicity is that interesting of a song. I don't,
Okay.
it's, if I'm getting into this album, that's not the song that I'm excited to hear. So Toxicity doesn't do it for me. I think at one point it did, and it's probably just because I've heard it so much.
You're numb.
Yes. Evil, what about you?
You said that like this was of the time when it was released, like kind of gave voice or art to the experience everyone was going through.
Yeah.
I think that this album has aged so well because it is even better for that today than when it was released. Like this could come out today as a brand new album and be just as revolutionary, as relevant, as big of a phenomenon as it was back then.
The stats for prisons would have to be way higher, but yes.
You're dumb.
Oh, it's depressing. You are 110% right. And I have a take on this album later, a passionate take, if you will, that is very in line with exactly what you just said.
I dig it.
Yeah. What's love got to do with it, Evil?
I love the band. I love this album. I don't like it more because it's them. I don't like them more because of it. It's this, yeah. Maybe Rick Rubin. That's the answer. I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah.
Rach?
Yeah.
What does love have to do with it?
I think that I love it more because, again, I had such negative opinions of the band before and fell in love and fell in love with Mesmerize. And so I went in and I was like, hey, boys. Like, I was just very excited to listen to this album. And so I think I was a little biased and like, I know I'm going to love this. And I did. I was right, which is good. It's good that I wasn't disappointed after going in with really high expectations.
Good. If you think of a listener question on the fly, say it, because we don't even have one for you yet.
Sorry.
Get there, girl.
Do you have one for me?
You too, Evil. I already asked one, but yeah, just anytime. If you think of one. We'll live if you don't. The Ozzy Osbourne Bathead Award will be next after I answer the What's Love Got to Do with It award.
Haven't done that in a while.
Way more, but it's basically what Evil said. These are 4 Armenian-American dudes writing about politics and the CIA and blah, blah, blah. And it makes it even cooler when you find out later on that they didn't really agree on anything, but they were still like, that tension is there. And when you cannot agree politically on a lot of things and still write these songs, it says so much about.
Take a fucking note, everybody. Don't hate someone just because they disagree with you on 5 to 20% of things.
Yes.
They disagree more than 5 to 20%.
I know. I'm like, I'm being generous here.
They're like 90-10.
But they also were smart enough to realize that there is an enemy.
Yeah.
There is an enemy. And it's not the person that that enemy is trying to make you think it is.
Yep. Trying to build a prison.
My answer for the Ozzy Osbourne Bad Head Award, it's the Depeche Mode effect is what I'll call it. Rick Rubin saw them at the Viper Room in 1997 and he flipped out. He did not understand what he was seeing. And the person that was with him, I forgot, it was somebody, like it was a name that was with him that was like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. And Rick Rubin was like, no, you're a moron. Like, this is fucking brilliant. And also, the Depeche Mode effect is that their free release day concert on September 3rd in Hollywood was canceled because 10,000 people showed up and a riot started trying to get in.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get much more Ozzy Osbourne bat head than that. Rach, what about you?
In the album, it solidifies how great the album is you listen to kind of what you talked about already is like 45 time signatures, compound meter, the beats per minute changes. It's all fighting. Everything is seemingly fighting against each other, but it works so well. You do feel like a little like you're maybe going insane and like 8 people are yelling at you at the same time and you're trying to focus, but it's works really well. And this is kind of what I talked about. I talked about last week with Faith No More was the chaos in that didn't work for me for some reason. The chaos in this works so well for me.
Gotcha. Sweet. Evil?
Like right out, you put this in, you hit play, and you're like, don't. And then you got this pregnant pause, and then it's like, don't. The first minute 15 of that first track, you get a snapshot of System of a Down because it goes, it's like chaotic, like what the fuck is going on? And then the, like quirky riff, you got Serj like just like talking rapidly over stuff. It makes no sense.
It doesn't.
It's like a circus. And
it is.
I mean, there's so much to process that you're in this, like this is an amusement park and I'm on a ride and I have no idea what kind of ride it is.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
The DMX Mark Lanigan Award. I'll go first so you guys can take time to combine them, even though they're probably similar. This was one of the most unique bands of all time. So it's not that hard. No other band in 2001, honestly, probably in history sounds, I like my analogy. If I was in a bar and somebody was drunk conversing with me and like, give me a band that just like nobody else ever sounds like at all, like influences, whatever. System of a Down is probably the first band that I'm thinking of. You just can't place them. They're not anything.
No.
They're not anything and they're everything. There's no genre for this. That's the definition of unique. And I also think that it's awesome that when Chop Suey got pulled, they didn't change a note. They didn't change the lyrics. They didn't apologize. They didn't re-record anything. And they also didn't bitch. They just, I don't know. That's rock star behavior in a true sense to me. Not the meat cleaver, the conviction, motherfuckers. Evil, what about you?
I used this term in the last episode with Faith No More, and I'm going to start using it moving forward for bands like these guys.
It's it?
They're Vitamix bands.
Yeah.
They somehow take ingredients that make no fucking sense and blend them together in a way that creates like a masterpiece or a fucking a Michelin star whatever meal. It's heaviness, like obscure weird heaviness, silliness, and those two usually just don't mix, and if they do, it's ham-fisted. You get like
very
parodies of themselves, social conscience, the Armenian folk element, which I think is kind of like the secret sauce that binds everything together.
Totally.
And it's all, and other, many other things thrown in the blender, and you got this band. And to your point, nothing sounds like them. Nothing. Before or after.
Right?
I mean, samesies for both of those things, but they are unapologetically weird and political and chaotic, and they don't unapologetic. They don't care about any of that stuff. And the not caring is such a huge part of being a musician. That's it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Are we blending DMX and Mark Lanigan?
Yeah,
yes,
we just did.
Yeah, because I gave my DMX. The Mark Lanigan is zero fucks given.
Yeah.
And even Rick Rubin, he's like, he loved it, but he's like, no one's gonna like this.
Well, so you.
And Rachel, you said like that's part of being a musician. I think it's being a part of being a musical artist, because I separate musician and art, and then sometimes it's brought together, and that's what these guys do.
Rach, right back to you for overrated, underrated properly.
Underrated all around. I think that, well, people liked it. I don't know if they really appreciated it for the right
6 million
reasons.
sold.
They need to like it harder.
Okay, I didn't let you
like
finish. For the
They
right
didn't-
reasons.
They weren't there for the right reasons.
Okay.
You can like a sound and not fully comprehend what you're listening to. And there's so much art and so much work that went into this, and there's so much influence that they gleaned, but also that they, went on to give other people. And that's where I think it's not properly rated, because I don't think people understand how big of an album and of a band that they were for music.
I like that. Evil?
I said properly at the time, and properly, if not slightly underrated currently. I'm gonna walk back my properly at the time, just merely on my own perception. I was really into this, but I don't think I fully appreciated it.
Gotcha.
I think as there's art that's so good that it just continues on, and you don't know why, but you're still into it. I think this falls into that category. I think the reason that it has the longevity that it has is in part because of how good it is, and we're not worthy. We don't fully appreciate how good it actually is, and unless we like. And part of that is it just kind of came to me like it's the amnesia factor. Like I step away from it and I kind of forget, and then I come back and I'm like, fuck yeah, this is really fucking good.
Right.
So I think
music out there.
Underrated is the right answer. I think it's a little underrated both then and now.
I said properly for both. I think it's massive. I think you ask anybody about Toxicity and they are not gonna say bad things, and they're gonna know what it is. And let's see, right now 72 people have seen a Instagram story on Verse Chorus Verse about a poll about whether or not System of a Down by Toxicity by System of a Down is 10 out of 10, close to it or meh. It is still at 100%, 10 out of 10. Not one person has said that it's not a 10 out of 10. And it doesn't say how many people have voted, but 200 and whatever people have seen it. So that doesn't happen. Now, granted, with polls, like a lot of people, they aren't going to pick unless they want to put 10 out of 10 or whatever. But
right.
I think it's properly rated as an album. I did say that I think it's underrated as a political document. I think that people treat this as like a new metal record, and it's fucking not. It's not at all. It's actually one of the more coherent political albums ever made, and nobody talks about it at all. Like as far as that sort of thing, it's like Chop Suey gets talked about and the funniness and that sort of stuff. But I think this is political art, which is a super fucking weird. Influences and influencees. The Parallel All Music Review, Drew for Toxicity, noted that Chop Suey's unlikely crossover success was reminiscent of another left field hit from a decade earlier, Faith No More's Epic. And pointed to Chop Suey's piano-led outro as the sonic evidence. The DNA is audible, is what they said.
I love that.
Yeah, so I went Faith No More. Broader image, I do think you're onto something with like Deftones and stuff like that. But yeah, I like the influences are everybody and nobody, because they were just their own fucking thing. Rach, what about you?
I have Rage Tool, Alice in Chains in there. Serj, you had mentioned Faith No More, Angel Dust specifically. He had also said Injustice for All specifically. Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, metal in general, Sabbath, Metallica, Slayer, you can hear that. Like the Rick Rubin tie-in with Slayer, obviously. Faith No More, we mentioned that. That's kind of the theme going on right now. Soundgarden, I think, is an influence.
Oh.
Armenian folk, obviously. Zappa, I think, is an influence.
Zappa's good.
Helmet is an influence. I
like
hear
that.
Helmet. Serj just said Charles Manson is an influence. I don't know if that's worth mentioning, but I just did, so here we are.
I talk about that later.
Influencees, Mars Volta is definitely influenced.
Fuck yeah.
By these guys.
Absolutely. Love it. Question for you, motherfuckers. Was Serj Tankian the heir to Mike Patton? Did he do something totally different and the comparison doesn't hold? Or the tracing influence, does it enhance, diminish, songs like Toxicity or Chop Suey?
I think there's a mild, like, I'm doing something different influence, but I don't think it's a direct one.
Yeah, younger cousin, not a descendant.
Yeah.
Fair. I would agree with that. I would say the same thing. Never mind the Bullocks Award, Evil.
Yes, it's their best.
Is it close?
It is.
You're fucking insane. You are fucking insane. Did you listen to Mesmerize this week? You didn't listen to Mesmerize this week.
I listened to some tracks. I didn't listen to the whole album. Is it close? I don't.
You're silly. You're silly.
I'm silly?
Mesmerize is better.
No.
Yep. Yeah, it
No.
is. Rach.
Wrong.
We need the deciding vote here.
6-7. Man, it's so close. It's really, I really would have to re-listen to Mesmerize again.
That's fair. The No, dude, seriously award. What are you giving people? Let's go to Rach.
I said Toxicity. Again, I always go for something addictive. Although I really do feel like most of these songs, you're not going to be surprised given one song and listening to a different one. Like, nothing will shock you outside of This Is Amazing or,
I went Prison Song. It's kind of exactly what Evil said. You turn this on. If you can't handle that first 30 seconds, turn it off. Go do something else. Go listen to your bullshit. Evil, what about you?
Those are the two that I was kind of deciding between. I said Prison Song just because it's the first. They picked it as the opening track, which tells me, and Rick Rubin was part of this, so that tells me it's the right choice between the two. Rick.
What about the John Prine Best Lyric Award, Evil?
There's only one answer.
There's only one answer?
Yeah.
Pull the tapeworm out of your ass.
That's exactly.
Flashlight reveries caught in the headlights of a truck is one of my favorite lyrics ever.
There are so many good fucking lines.
Yeah.
How about, I mean, there are so many fucking lyrics I could say. Somewhere between the sacred silence and sleep, disorder.
Sure.
Jesus H. fucking Christ. Serj Tankian has talked about this. It was a let me find it. A Native American spiritual concept, the space you reach in deep meditation. Sleep is the other altered state, and the human condition is stuck somewhere between those two things in permanent disorder.
Love it.
That whole thought in 8 words, somewhere between. That's just, he's fucking amazing. But what I think this album, like, it's heavy. When you turn this on and it's heavy, it's metal, and you think it's dark and it's bleak and it's violent. This album, all of the lyrics in it, this is about empathy. This whole album is about, like, when did we stop giving a shit about each other? Like, when, like, needles and pull the tapeworm out of your ass, or why'd you leave the keys up on the table? There's this concept that they talked about where, and we've all done it. Rachel, you and your husband, you pack up for a picnic and you're going to the park and it's been a long week. You're fucking excited. You're taking your kid and you get there and you realize, and your husband's like, I fucking forgot the picnic basket. And your instinct is to go, why the fuck did you forget the picnic basket? He didn't do it on purpose. Like, and that's, I could say that about a million things. It's like a metaphor for everything that we've kind of become. And there's another concept that I was thinking about and reading about. Sorry, I went really, really deep on this, you guys. There's this concept of when you are a child, you know what is right and wrong. You learn, but you also just feel it in your head. You know what is right and wrong. And you remember the first time that you see something that is wrong and that is happening and it's okay. People around you are okay with it. Adults are letting it happen and you don't fucking understand it. And then we all get to a point where we're not, how do I explain it? We're good people, right? All 3 of us, we're good people.
Speak for yourself.
Yes, but we're here doing a podcast, fucking drinking, whatever. There are fucking thousands of children dying right now and we aren't doing anything about it. So there's this super broad, super general ideal of the apathy that we began having for drug addicts and for people of different cultures. And that's what this whole album is about. And it is done so perfectly that I don't think another album will ever be able to do it well. And it's depressing as fuck in a really good way. And that is DL's rant of the year, maybe. I won't do that again. Rachel?
Yes.
Now to you.
What was the question? Oh, where we were. Where did you?
The John Prine Best Lyric Award.
Right. Pull the tapeworm out of your ass. Sorry. I was serious. That's what I
right.
put.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the John Popper Best Hook Award?
For me, it is Wake Up. So I one time put that as an alarm for my 5 a.m. shift at the coffee shop because I was like, oh, that's so clever. It's wake up, put on makeup because that's what I'm going to do. And I fucking flew out of bed and was like, nope, this was for today and that is it.
That's like an ice cold shower.
Yep, sure
I
was.
like it.
Ice cold shower in the bed. Like just somebody poured the shower on you while you were asleep.
I said the pushing little children with their fully automatics, they like to push the weak around. That just like punch, working on multiple levels. That's such a good fucking hook. Evil, what about you?
Before I get to that digression story on alarm clocks. So this is probably mid 2000s because I was working at Hewlett Packard at the time. I remember that. I at the time was using an alarm clock where you could set it to like the radio would just start playing. Instead of an alarm, it just like turned on the radio station you had set. And I had it set to whatever the X was at the time. I mean, it was the X or Pirate, I think it was the X at that point. And I remember one day the alarm came on right at the beginning of Number of the Beast. So it's Vincent Price. Whoa. That's what I woke up to that day.
That's
and
fun.
It was the greatest day. I popped out of bed. I'm like, fuck, let's go. Amazing. So for John Popper, Best Hook Award, the way they build the chorus in Chop Suey is fucking brilliant because the first one is a little subdued, kind of quiet. And then the next one a little bit bigger. And then the last one is like this just soaring, beautiful harmonies, operatic, sing-along, brilliantly executed.
Yeah, that's the right answer. It's just trying to be a little different, but whatever. The Eddie Van Halen Award. Evil, you like guitar?
I like guitar a little bit. It's the simplest thing, but the descending octave chords in the chorus for Aerials is my God, it just is so good. It's infectious.
I have two. One of them was the Aerials breakdown because it's infectious. And then also infectious is that I picked it for the Eddie Van Halen Award, but it's that 12-track bleed of that ending of Chop Suey because the song is beating you up with it and it's adding that, it's building that tension and it's making you uncomfortable. And because he's restrained until that very end, it's like you've been beaten to shit for the whole song. And then all of a sudden that riff kicks in and it's the heaviest part of the song. And yet somehow it's gentle. Suddenly it turns from anger to sad. It's just fucking incredible. It's musically, it's so fucking brilliant. Rach, what about you?
I said, and this is maybe cheating, maybe not, there are just the 2 intro measures, I think, I tried to count, of needles. Just that little tiny bit in the very beginning is so cool. Yes, that's it. That's exactly why.
You know what I like about that is it's sloppily played. There's mistakes in it. It sounds wrong,
it's
which
good.
is I think
kind of Led
I like
Zeppelin-y.
it messy.
I love the choice to do it that way. Thank you, Rick Rubin.
Surfer Rosa Award, Rach.
I mean, it's chaos the whole time. And then it finishes with the Arto. Just, it's perfect. It's a perfectly put together album, I think.
Perfectly.
I have no complaints.
Practically perfect in every way. It is the Mary Poppins of albums.
Yes.
40 minutes. Darren said
Also
explicitly
tight,
that it has to be 40 minutes so it fits on a side of a tape and you never get bored. That is one of the more disciplined production decisions of the era. I mean, this was an era where everything was 70 minutes long and they were trying to do double CDs and they were like, we're doing 40 minutes. And I'm sure that the label was like, what the fuck? And they didn't care. It was deliberate and it was cool. Evil?
Here's a crazy thing is 2 of the biggest tracks are at track 12 and 14. And the biggest is at 6. Usually the lead single is at number 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Maybe the intro.
3, 4, and 6.
Right.
Something like that. Yeah.
So the structure is wild.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Do you think they didn't know? Do you think they didn't know which songs were going to be? Because this was so fucking weird. Like, but at the same time, it'd be hard to be sitting in a room and hear Chop Suey and not be like, we fucking have something here.
Right. That's lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Rick Rubin was like, no one's going to like this. These guys are not going to blow up. Like, he's like, I love it. I think it's genius. But so there might be something to that. Like, they just didn't know how much dynamite they had in their satchel at this point. I don't know.
That's good. Evil, what's the worst song on this album? The Time of Your Life Award.
It's unfair, but
don't do it. Don't fucking
cheating.
Don't pick it.
Why? Why not?
The little bitch answer is what it is.
It's the right answer.
What are you picking?
Arto.
Fucking bullshit.
You're wrong.
What'd you say, Rach?
You're wrong and you're dumb. I wrote nope. Nope is the answer.
Nope.
Wow.
That's
really
also cheating.
No, there's nothing that doesn't fit on this album. There's nothing that doesn't work on this album for me.
You think every song is perfect?
Perfect, yeah. It's just perfect. Nothing
I don't believe
stands out enough for me to go, I wouldn't have put that on there.
Okay. All right. I picked X. X is, there are maybe 2 skips on this album for me. And X is one of them. And it's not even...
It's called Twitter.
I like it. I think the lyrics are great. What did you say?
It's called Twitter.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm glad you said it. We get to the fun part, though, now.
Woohoo.
3 best songs on the album. Okay. Man, you want to talk about fucking a week of what the fuck am I going to do here? That was this. My number 3 was Forest. Forest is my 3rd favorite song on this. The Why Don't You See That You Are My Child shit is amazing. You get into the weird religion, and it's just such a DL song. It's such a fucking DL song. My number 2 is Chop Suey. It's fucking brilliant. It's a brilliant song.
Mm-hmm.
But my number 1, and I guarantee you, highly doubt it's on either of yours top 3s. My favorite song on this album, and it has been for quite a while, is ATWA. That's top 5 System of a Down songs for me, maybe top 3. Fucking love it. I love where their heads were at. That this was the song where Daron was talking about how this was all about Manson. And not in a fucking, it's not like they were like, oh, we fucking love we fucking love Charles Manson. We're big fans. It wasn't like that. This was about his writings in prison and his outlook of his look, the way he viewed society. And Daron tried to explain it in an interview that he was saying things that made sense, that he was agreeing with. And there's this weird thinking in your head of like, how fucked up are we as a society if I'm hearing the writings of this psychotic mass murderer?
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's making some good points. It's like the fucking end of 7 where John Doe's talking in the car and you're like, oh, fuck, I kind of like this guy. Rach, what are your 3 favorite songs on Toxicity?
This is hard, but it was kind of, it's an eclectic group of, anyway, let's just get into it. Number 3, Arto. Didn't think that was coming, but it is.
I love that song. I love Arto.
You know, I love lyrics, but that instrumental for some reason, and great. Having it at the end of the album, obviously, like, just tied up everything in such a beautiful bow.
Which is what they wanted. They wanted a nice, pretty resolution to this very angry album.
Which is great. Second one, classic. Toxicity, just great. And number 1 was Aerials.
Did I pick that for you? No, Evil picked it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Aerials was the one that, like, for me, was probably my favorite System song for so long. Mm-hmm. And going back to it, it's so good, but maybe I just like Toxicity, maybe I listened to it too much back in the day. Because it's so fucking brilliant. Evil, 3 favorite songs.
Honorable mention, Prison Song. I think that's the perfect intro. And I think these 3 songs are the biggest on the album for the right reasons.
I like this.
3, Aerials. 2, Toxicity. 1, Chop Suey.
Love it.
Most basic of the
choices.
bitches.
Basic bitch answers.
But I'm glad
if you have amnesia, you don't listen to the shit too much. And when you
Yes.
go back to it, you're like, yeah, well, that's why.
I did. So Toxicity was when Toxicity came out. My best friend at the time was very much I'm going to listen to the same fucking music every single day. And we lived together. We did everything on the ship. We did, like, he and I were together all the time in our job. And when we weren't on the ship, the only rock music that he would listen to is System of a Down, is Toxicity. So this album got so much fucking play. So there probably was a little bit of overindulgence there.
You know, part of what sold it to me is, here's the fun thing about prepping for music is as part of prepping, you can listen to so many interviews and, documentaries on especially albums, like classic albums. But I love people like, I can't think of her name, but the YouTube channel, The Charismatic Voice. I love her.
I know who you're talking
vocal analysis.
Yeah.
Her breakdown of Toxicity and what he's doing, his weird vibrato, like really fast vibrato. And she's like speculating that's not normal vibrato. That might be an Armenian folk music thing. That her breakdown and reaction to it was part of what made me add it into it. Also, her listening to BYOB was amazing when Daron screamed at the really beginning. Like her eyes, she's like, that was fucking amazing.
Why do they?
Yeah. Why do they always send the poor?
Oh, I just talked about my friend that we lived together. The only thing he listened to is rap. We had a CD player in the bathroom so that we could listen to music when you're in the shower,
Of course.
Duh. Well, I didn't take the System of a Down CD out when he went to the bathroom to take a shower, he just left it in and played it. And I, in the living room wherever I was, thinking it was funny because he's listening to metal. Like, he's going to come out and be like, what? He gets done with the shower and he comes out like out of breath and like comes right into the living room, still dripping wet, completely out of breath. Like, what the fuck was that? And he loved it so fucking much.
Wow.
It was amazing. It was really, really funny. Rachel, who won the album?
I'm going to say Serj. I don't know. Maybe it's like a combo with him and I don't want to say that he's like the glue for everything because it's such a combination of things. But as far as when you listen to a band, 99% of the time, the band is the front man. And especially a gentleman with such a unique style and a unique voice that I think that he won because that's what people think of when they think of System of a Down, I think.
I think that there is one person on earth that could have wrangled these guys in a studio while also not changing. And I don't think there is another producer on earth who wouldn't have been like, guys, you can't do that. Like, we gotta, Rick Rubin, this was proof that Rick Rubin could do fucking anything to me. I think Rick Rubin won this. Evil?
That's probably the right answer. I think just music won.
Yeah.
Music in general won. Because we've said that no one sounds like this. Like,
nobody does.
This is a stupid thing to say. It's going to sound stupid. Without this album, music would not have this album because there's nothing else like it.
That is accurate.
Music.
Did you put that into Claude?
Evil's been reading a lot of Friedrich Nietzsche. Rach,
I've been reading Young, but whatever.
Rate the album.
What do you think I'm going to rate it?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Yeah.
Wow.
Loved it.
System of a Down is perfect so far for you.
Yeah, I think so.
You got to take those Taylor Swift posters down and put some Serj up.
Yeah.
No,
Mix
you
it
don't.
in with my Blackpink,
In
Haley
your area,
Williams.
Evil, what did you rate this album?
I think you foreshadowed last episode. I don't think you're going to give this a 10. I think it's a 10.
You think it's a 10?
Interesting.
I started... God, okay. Here's my rating. And I said it last episode. It's not going to be easy. I'm not giving 10 out of 10 outs anymore. 10 out of... Did I say it? I think I said it right.
Just
Something
keep
like
talking,
that.
It's fine.
I raised it. I want to give this a 10 out of 10 so fucking bad.
You're such an asshole.
I'm giving it a 9.8 out of 10.
What are we even doing
I
here?
think X is a skippable song. I don't think it's memorable.
That's fine.
I don't think Bounce is great. And I'm not a huge fan of Jeff. Like, there are songs on here that I'm like, it's good. Now, it sucks because there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 11 brilliant songs on this album.
You're
but
ridiculous.
It's not perfect. It's not perfect.
Okay.
It's not a perfect album.
Okay, fine.
I don't know. This feels wrong, but it is what it is, you guys.
That's what she said.
Hey, everybody, we did it.
Yeah, we did.
Rachel, the System of Down stan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have fun hanging out with the people.
Yeah, the people.
Sweet. Evil. I'm really glad you guys gave it to 10. So we didn't really have to worry about it.
So you're the asshole.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
So same.
Join us next week, guys. We start the journey. It's just me. 6 parts this year. DL is deep diving Radiohead. You're welcome, you two, for the fact that I'm only making you talk about one album with me. But yes, next week I start at the beginning of Radiohead. I'm going to talk Pablo Honey. I'm going to talk the Bends, how they started, yada, yada, yada. Guys, this was fun.
Yeah, what?
These albums fucking rule.
Yeah.
System of a Down.
It didn't suck
System
prepping
of a Down,
these last
you
2
guys.
episodes.
Boy, howdy. We love you guys. Good night and good luck.